Hi, I'm Kat, and this is today's tarot. I am currently at a rest stop along the I-70 highway, so you're going to hear some traffic. The opening card that we have for today is the Page of Swords, and it came in upside down. Now, the Page of Swords is all about communication, and it's related to Gemini, so it's the way that we see things and how we talk about things, not only to other people, but also to ourselves, so our own inner dialogue as well. Now, it's upside down, so that could be telling that, we may not have a lot of clarity in how we're seeing things or how we even describe things. Like our reality can actually be limited in how we think about things and consider things. And I'm so sorry there's that beeping in the background. Ay caramba, thank goodness it stopped. But if you consider, for instance, someone who's going out and starting a new endeavor, and the way that they see it is all painted by limitation and hazard and what could possibly go wrong. Well, there could be hundreds of things that go right as well. And so in that way, the way that we see things can actually be our greatest limitation, as well as how we speak about things. And consider, for instance, how you speak about things that you want to create in your life. And if you speak about them in a framework of possibility, or if you think and speak about them in a framework of limitation, because this is inviting us to consider how we see things and how we speak about things. Now, the challenge that we're facing for today is the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment card is a major arcana card that's associated with Pluto energy. So it's a card of transformation and realization and rebirth in some way. And, it's showing up as a challenge because, rebirth and transformation isn't always a fun process. When we consider, a butterfly that's transforming from a caterpillar, it has to get mushy and gushy and basically go into a totally different process of being liquid before it can be reformed again. And so it's not necessarily a feel-good process, right? So the transformation that we're going through right now and the rebirth that we're going through is challenging in some ways. But be reminded that life can be a kiln in some spectrum of sorts, in that it cooks us and it creates facets in our own crystalline being, and that's how we get transformed in life. And so it's a friction that we undergo this change and that we ultimately evolve and grow as human beings. So as challenging as it is also character building, as my teacher would always say. The overall outcome that we are facing for today is the Sun card. Now, the Sun card came in today upside down, and the Sun card is typically a card that is one of the most beneficial cards in the deck, if not the most beneficial card in the whole tarot system. And it's showing up today as a challenge because it may actually be difficult for us, or not a challenge, but the overall outcome, because it may be something that we're actually working on and facing in how do we show up, and are we actually showing up with our own true nature and our brightest light in ourselves, and how do we actually limit our ability to show up. And so in this way, we do get to see this from a new light and see that we may not actually be stepping into our true form in the ways that, our life is asking us to so much. Now, the way that we're going to get through the challenge of this transformation, we had a card come through that is the Five of Wands. So this is all about having a fork in the road, right? The five in a numerology, in Roman numerology, is a V, and so it speaks to this fork in the path, and that you get to choose one direction or another. And so fives are a decision point in us to be able to decide how we want to respond and how we want to react to a situation. And the characters in this card, as you can see, if I don't even know where I put that card now, the Five of Wands, here we are. there's 5 characters here. Each one of them has a wand, and you can see them as possibly in combat with each other. But you could also see them in a position of training with one another. So if we can possibly look at life's challenges as a way of more of a clever challenge and something to dance through and work through, rather than something that is difficult and is combative, then we can learn to work with life in a different way. Because consider that, the 5 of Wands is 5 different wills that are either working with each other or working against each other. And how do you want your will to engage in this process of transformation? Are you going to fight it, or are you going to work with it? And ultimately, what are you going to listen to as far as what brings you into engagement with people? Because we can be a huge help to one another if we can engage in a new way. That is our tarot reading for today. I'll be home hopefully in a couple hours. I'm having some car troubles, but hopefully all will go well. And we are right now experiencing a square in the sky between Saturn and Uranus and Mars and Venus, which Mars and Venus are also in opposition to Saturn right now as well. If you're interested at all in me offering more astrology videos to kind of give a snapshot on what's going on over the month, or even certain long transits like this square that we're going to be working with for the next several months, please let me know, because I've been considering making content like that, and it seems to be showing up in the cards. And so I just wanted to offer that to you. If you are interested as well in an astrology reading or tarot reading or one of my orbs, please reach out to me at rootsofalchemy@gmail.com. I also have a lot of my orbs and different styles of my orbs pictured in my gallery of orbs on my website, Roots of Alchemy. I hope you have a blessed day. I appreciate all your well wishes in my travels to get home, and I send you so much love. Bye for now.